Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, Wonderfully Made. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel. I really appreciate it. Today I have for you a review as well as swatches of the Tarte Swamp Girl Swamp Queen palette. This was actually a requested video and I was able to get this eyeshadow palette, and so I wanted to come on and give you a review as well as a demo. I created this look using this palette. I've actually been having this eyeshadow palette since last week, but I am just getting a chance to use it and record it. I wanted to just let you guys know my thoughts about this palette, and I'm just gonna get straight to it. For those of you who may not know, this is a complete face palette actually, and it's a collaboration between a really huge YouTuber named Graveyard Girl and Tarte Cosmetics. I really like the packaging. I think it's very unique, especially with me being a Louisiana girl. I like the packaging. It comes in this wood grade looking box, and of course it has the name here and the alligator embossed. Well, it's really not embossed, but it's drawn onto the packaging here. I really like that. It has Graveyard Girl's picture on the back as well as a little bit of information about who she is, so that's a really nice touch. And when you take the palette out of the box, this is what it looks like. Again, very nice packaging. It's hard cardboard, but it does have that wood grainy feeling, so I really like it. And the name is in gold. It's a very pretty palette, very substantial feeling. It doesn't feel cheap at all. When you open the eyeshadow palette, it has all of the gold trim. It has a really nice mirror, a really big mirror, and I actually used this mirror today. I really like the mirror. Written on top of the mirror is a really motivational statement. It says, "Believe in yourself, love yourself, embrace your individuality." So I like that. And it comes with an eyeshadow brush. The palette comes with 9 eyeshadows, a bronzer, a blush, and a highlighter. And so I'm going to go ahead and swatch those for you. First, I am going to swatch the first 3 eyeshadows. So this first color is hashtag SFS. The next one is Natural Peach. Yes, Natural Peach. And this color is called Dog Man. You have these 3 colors on the next row. And this one is called Big Baby. This one is called Sassy Bun. And I love this color. I didn't use it today, but it's a really vibrant peachy orange satin shade. I love this shade. This color is called Sippy Sippy, and it's a brown matte shade, but it has some gold glitter in it, but the glitter is not too much in terms of showing up on the eyelid. You can kind of see the sparkle, but it comes off mostly matte. But I can tell you this, it makes a mess in the eyeshadow palette. It kicks up a lot of product when you stick your brush into this shadow in the palette, but overall it's a nice shadow. I love the color. So that's the second row. And now for the last row, this is Haunting, and this is Uncommon. And then the last eyeshadow shade is called Man Cat. And so that's the colors on the last row. So now I'm going to swatch the last 3 colors in the palette, and that is the bronzer shade, the blush, and the highlighter. The bronzer shade is called Sweet Tea, and that is what it looks like. That's Sweet Tea. The blush is called Does This Really Work? I think that's a cute name. That's the blush. The highlighter shade is called Gator Wings, and oh my goodness, it's so pigmented. And that's what that looks like. This bronzer shade, I honestly didn't think it was going to work for me, but I used it today and I actually like the way the look came out. Now, it definitely works better for me as a bronzer than a contour shade. If I wanted to really contour my face, then I certainly wouldn't be able to use this. But it provided just enough contrast, in my opinion. I don't know if the camera is picking it up, but I think it provided enough contrast on my face to where it gave my face a little bit of definition and brought a little bit of life to it after I, applied my foundation and concealer. So I actually like it. I think it worked for me. But it does have quite a bit of orange in it. I don't know if my camera is picking it up. So because of that, I don't know if it would even show up as a bronzer color for someone of a deeper skin tone than I have, because like I said, it barely shows on me, but I was able to make it work. Now, this will certainly work as a beautiful transitional shade for an eyeshadow look. So if I don't use it to bronze my face, I would certainly use it as a transitional shade for my eyeshadow looks. Now, this blush is a beautiful, vibrant pink shade. I really like it. It does have some glitter in it. Let me say this, if you do not like glitter in your eyeshadows or products, then this eyeshadow palette is probably not gonna be for you, because most of the shades in this eyeshadow palette, including the blush, has glitter in it. Now, this palette does have some matte shades in it. Dog Man, and let's see if I can get it to where you can see it. The shade Dog Man, Naturally Peach, Man Cat, which is this purple shade, as well as Big Daddy. Those are all matte shades. And as a matter of fact, let me go ahead on and use this shade Big Daddy to highlight my brow bone area. I didn't think to do that when I was creating this look, and I'm just using the little brush that came in the palette. So I really like this shade as a brow bone highlight. So yeah. So anyway, back to the review. The eyeshadows are pigmented, but I had a bit of trouble blending some of the colors. They're pretty, they swatch very well, but when putting them on my eyelids, and I do have hooded eyelids, so maybe that had something to do with it, and I have mature eyelids, so maybe that have something to do with it, I don't know. But I had a bit of trouble blending the eyeshadows out, especially those darker shades that I used, which is Man Cat and Sippy Sippy. For some reason, once I placed that eyeshadow on the outer V of my eyelids, I was able to blend it some, but when I tried to blend that shade out so that it can blend into the transitional colors that I used, I don't know, I had a little bit of difficulty. It's like the color just at a certain point was not moving anymore. So I don't know if that's a good or bad thing. I prefer eyeshadows that are blendable, but it wasn't terrible. But I did want to mention that I had a little bit of trouble blending the eyeshadows out. But other than that, I like the palette. It worked out for me. It's an okay palette. I was concerned whether or not this eyeshadow palette was going to be, you know, women of color friendly, and it is. In my opinion, it's women of color friendly, and I was pleasantly surprised by that. I also wanted to mention before I forget that this palette smells like vanilla. I absolutely love the way it smells. I just wanted to throw that in before I forgot. At any rate though, it's a good palette. I like it. I mean, whether or not it's worth the money, I believe this palette was $52. I'll have the price listed below. But I mean, you are getting 9 eyeshadows, you're getting a blush, and Tarte has excellent blushes. I do have a couple of Tarte blushes in my collection, and they tend to be long wearing. They tend to have really good pigmentation. So I really love Tarte blushes, and I actually like this color. I think the color of this blush would work for a ton of different skin tones, so I really like that. The highlight is very, very pigmented. I don't know, it may come off a little bit ashy on someone of deeper skin tones. I'm not quite sure. In my opinion, it was coming off a little bit ashy looking on me, but I was able to blend it out some. So I would just say be careful with that highlighter shade. Use a light hand and blend it out well. I am pleasantly surprised and happy to say that this palette will work for women of multiple and various skin tones, from the lightest to the darkest. So I really appreciate that about this eyeshadow palette. So my overall thoughts about this palette is that it is a good palette. I love when I have a palette that I can use and create what I feel is a well-rounded, complete look and not have to use anything else. So yes, you can use this one palette to create an eyeshadow look, and as well as, you know, bronze your face and blush and highlight. So yeah, I really, really like it. The colors, in my opinion, are on trend. It has those orangey, peachy shades in them. It has those purple and lavenderish shades in it. It has a really nice gold shade. On my lid is SFS, and in the pan it looks somewhat champagne, but on my eye I thought it came out to look more gold than champagne, or mixed between gold and champagne. So I thought that was a very unique color. I really like it. That sippy color, that deep brown, that brown almost has some reddish undertones in it. I think that's a really unique color, especially because it has those gold specks in it. That berry shade of blush is a universal shade. I think that would go well with a lot of different skin tones. So overall, I'm happy with my purchase. So I really hope this video has been helpful. I'm new to reviewing products, and so all I can do is come to you and give you my honest opinion and hope that that helps you in your decision making process. So that's my 2 cents. Again, I hope that this video was helpful. Of course, I can't end this video without first thanking all of you who have subscribed to my channel. I really, really appreciate your support. Thank you so much. To those of you who may have stumbled upon my channel for the first time, thank you for watching, and please hit that subscribe button. That way you can keep up with what I have going on this channel, and I would so appreciate having you part of my YouTube family that I'm trying to build here. So thank you so much, and I have to end by reminding you that you are fearfully and wonderfully made by God, and He loves you. And I'll see you in the next video.